Greetings adult collectors, I am Crash the Customizer. Welcome to another Transformers Custom Showcase. This is my custom Transformers Animated Legacy Universe Bulkhead. Now the reason I put this figure off is because I was originally doing what a lot of other people were doing and taking the Legacy Bulkhead and basically making it that into Animated Bulkhead. But that really didn't look right for me. So I decided that what will look a lot better is to take a Prime Bulkhead and make it into Animated Bulkhead. And I think this really turned out a lot better. So basically what I did with the figure, pretty much I just painted the coloration just a little bit of a lighter green. And then instead of putting the shoulder pads here, I put them like kind of here, so it kind of creates that like little look the bulkhead had for this little thing that comes over, and then added a little like printout from I made a PowerPoint to put like over here to kind of give him his little star shoulders, and then I cut a little bit of his chin thing off to kind of give it a little of a jagged look. If you can kind of see, camera focus on this here. I just kind of gave it a little bit of a jagged look right here. So it kind of gives him that animated bulkhead look. And then I gave him the little 3 claw hand thing he has. And then I was able to give him a little bit of a mace here. That actually does have the ability to swing around. I don't know how to get to work, but you just stick it on here. And then you can swing it around. Of course, it does actually have the ability to give him his other hand, so that way he doesn't always have a mace hand. So yeah, this figure turned out really well, because I really didn't do a lot with the figure. I mean, I kept a lot of things the way they are. I just, of course, I put these up here so it kind of creates the shoulder pads that Bulkhead had animated. And then I painted this whole section here with some black. Put the little bit of brown right here, Autobot symbol there. And then I just leave these like this. And of course, on my Prime Bulkhead, I tend to do this, give him that more bulkiness, but then Animated Bulkhead kind of have more of a little bit of a flatter chest, so I just put it like this, and it works pretty good. We'll bring in his Autobot buddies. Here's him with Optimus, and that looks pretty good. Bring in his buddy Bumblebee, and that scale looks really good. I really like how that scale looks. And then we'll bring in Prowl. And we almost have a full team. All we're really missing is a Ratchet, and I do have a plan for a Ratchet, but the figure doesn't come out until October 18th, so I have to wait until it actually comes out. It's still on pre-order. But until then, this is the team we got going so far. And that looks pretty good, actually. And here's how he scales with Lugnut and Blitzwing, his buddy Longarm, Shockwave, and last but not least, Megatron. So yeah, this figure really does scale really well with my other Legacy figures. So I'm actually really proud of how this one turned out. So let's get down to the transformation, which is, of course, as you can assume, not any different from the Prime Bulkhead. It's just, because it's just mostly just repainted. But we do have to take these off. You can't transform with his hands, unfortunately, but because these will just get in the way. So we'll take those off, and we just fold in these little sections here that his hands peg into. Then what we're going to do, we're going to open up his chest here, and then we're going to extend this up. Make him look like he's real fat. Then we're going to unattach these, because what I do with these is I just kind of fold these over these like that. So we're just going to unfold these. Going to lift this section up. I'll try to put these out of the way here so we can lift this up. Let me pull his arms back. So we want them like, oh, the first thing we need to rotate the arms this way, and then rotate this section. It's kind of hard to do, it's a little tight. Man, turn here. There we go, turn it that way, okay. So we want to rotate it this way, turn it this way. So that, like that. And when we bring his arms back, so they go right here. And we tab his arms together. And just kind of fold them up like this. Next thing we're going to do is going to take these little pieces here and just kind of peg them in right here, and it'll create half of the door back there. So you get things lined up, so I'll go in right, there we go. Always have trouble getting these to work. Sometimes they don't want to work. Gotta get things lined up just right so it doesn't get in the way, so it can actually just go right in. It's gonna be a little tricky sometimes. Just gotta get things lined up right. Obviously, I don't have something lined up right here. You just gotta kind of turn those right to get it. There we go. That one went in. That one went in. Okay. All right. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the arms, fold them up like this. Stay. Then we're going to take the door, just kind of put it right here. Then we're going to bring his foot down so that we can raise this section up of his foot and basically just kind of collapse his feet up like this. So got this going on. I'm going to rotate it this way and then fold this section here down and just kind of collapse it up, and it'll tab in right here. So get things lined up where they're supposed to be. And those tend to fall off sometimes. Same way with the other bulkheads, just the part of it. Just gotta get things. There we go. Collapse in the door. Turn this up. Pop this back in. I really wish what they would have done with this is, instead of doing these stupid friction pins, they would actually put an actual pin through here. I do that myself if I knew how, but I don't. But anyway, so then we'll just pop that back in. We're going to basically line this up, peg this into there. Then put this one here down. Just kind of lock it in place because it locks in on this little tab here, and then this little tab underneath here. Just gotta get things lined up right. Get that tab in right there. Come on, there I go. Tab that section in. The last, want to take his head. And the reason I like this figure, by the way, get the camera to focus here on this. Compared to any other bulkhead figure, I like the mouth is actually able to open and close. I really like that because it's like really good for filming stop motion, as you can actually have his head move, and so you feel like he's talking like, "Hey, how's it going?" So then, anyway, we're going to take his head and flip it in, and there we go. One more thing I like to do with this figure is fold this little section here down, and there we have Bulkhead in his vehicle mode. And even though it's not a perfect version of what Bulkhead would be in the animated show, since he wasn't technically like a Hummer like he was in Prime, this figure actually does look pretty good like this, honestly. I mean, the colorations are alright, and I even got the little star right there. I quite like how this figure turned out. It definitely looks a lot better than the other figure. I will show you in vehicle mode. The other figure would be this. And I tried to get this to work, I mean, the vehicle mode is a little more what Bulkhead was. I just didn't like this figure because the chest wasn't quite right. I just didn't like how this looked. This just looks a lot more like Bulkhead to me, especially when you transform all this section to become the chest. It just kind of has more of that animated Bulkhead look. I mean, this figure is not good as a Bulkhead. I have another custom of this as another character that looks a lot better, but Bulkhead, this is not, for sure. So we'll bring in Bulkhead's other Autobot buddies. So here he is with Optimus. That looks pretty good. Here he is with his little buddy Bumblebee. That's honestly a pretty good scale. Hopefully looks about right. Here he is with Prowl. And here he is with the whole team we got so far. I'm not going to show it with all the other like Decepticons right now. My plan is to, after I get all of my custom animated figures done, then like I'm going to make a final video that shows like all the figures together. So, let's get Bulkhead back into his robot mode. So to do that, we're going to start by untabbing this. Just kind of lift this section here up. Same on this side. Just lift this up. And kind of fold them up like this. And we're going to untab these sections here. So get his legs unattached. Oops, that's not supposed to happen. Get back on there. Then we're going to take this section, flip it back up so it creates this little section right here. Then we're going to lift up the legs, rotate them, flip the feet down, flip the center foot down, rotate the leg, flip this down, flip up the foot, feet lined up. Then we're going to do kind of collapse the hood up to create his chest. We got this kind of going on, and we could totally just bring out his head now, and we got this weird look. Seriously, why could not have put a pin in that? Makes no sense. Anyway, so there we go. So then we're going to unattach the doors here. Bring them in so he has the rest of his chest. Why is that doing that? There we go. Then we kind of just unattach his arms, fold them down. You take this section here, just put it like this right now. Bring out his arms. Collapse this section down, and it will tab in this little tab right in here. Then I open up these and I stick them just kind of where they just fit right over this. I rotate his arm this way, rotate it this way, so that it has working biceps. Rotate it this way, rotate it this way. Flip out this little peg right there. The last thing you do to complete the look is to take his hands, open them up, and just peg them in. And how this hand assembly really works, it's literally just Lego pieces, as a lot of mine are. I have one of those little cone pieces I cut in half and put in here, and then I put a lot of those little clip pieces around here, and just kind of give him the 3 claw hands that are actually fully posable. And then the actual little mace weapon here is just one of these snot bricks. Just have this glued in here, and then I have this here, and it attaches in here, and then you can just like take this and swing it around. So there we have my custom Transformers animated Bulkhead. And yeah, I think this figure turned out really, really well. I'm really happy with how this figure turned out. Definitely looks a lot better than if I had stuck with my original idea to use the Legacy Prime Bulkhead, because that just really didn't look like animated Bulkhead, or even like Prime Bulkhead for that matter. But yeah, this definitely looks like animated Bulkhead. So that's pretty much it for this video. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And there is now a link in the description that will take you to the playlist of all of my other custom animated figures. I still have 5 more animated figures coming up. And I do, of course, have other figures to do after that. I'm planning on doing Prime, Robots in the Skies. I have pretty much customs of just about every Transformer series. So, if you want to see videos like that, just like and subscribe. Until next time, this is Crash the Customizer, out. Hey there, I'm Bulkhead. Sentinel Prime made me a certified space bridge technician. I'm sorry to hear that, Bulkhead. What? No. That's what I wanted. I've wanted to be a space bridge technician ever since I was forged. I know everything there is to know about space bridges. Oh, well, in that case, welcome to the team, Bulkhead. It's an honor to be here. So, where can we start? Right away. It's good to have some bots who are enthused about the job. You aren't? Not really. I wanted to leave a team of Autobots to fight against the Decepticons. Not fixing space bridges. But here I am. So let's get started. Alright, I've waited my whole life for this. Then let's go.